Hi, I'm Brian Noble, CEO of Family Policy Institute of Washington.
Hi, and I'm Brad Payne, President of FPIW Action.
A couple of disclaimers before we get started today. Nothing in this video should be construed as endorsing the candidate, nor is the candidate endorsing FPIW Action or FPIW. It's simply a meet and greet the candidate to keep the public informed. This will be recorded and placed on several different platforms. Brad.
All right, JW, I get the first question, kind of a three-parter. The first one is if you would let our listeners know your name and the position you're running for, and then follow that with just kind of some background on you as an individual. And
The last part of his question is, and what um, you as an individual and a little bit about your family.
Very good. Well, thank you for having me here today. I am J.W. Foster. I live in Yelm, Washington, and I'm running for Thurston County Commissioner District 2 representative, which represents the far east side of the county from about Yelm and south down to Clearwood, and then all the way up the right side of the district to the Billy Frank Jr. Nisqually National Wildlife Refuge, as for comparison. I was formerly in politics as mayor of Yelm and as city council and a lot of other things in the county, and then decided to retire again. After a 34-year career in the fire department, I'd retired once, and then I retired again. And then the county commission went to a board of five, and my wife and I decided it would be a good idea for me to use this accumulated knowledge and experience to serve our community in a larger way. So I sort of gave you my background there, but a little bit more is that I actually grew up in Rhode Island to a family that was very involved in our community. They were the owners and publishers of the local newspaper, similar to in size to the Nisqually Valley News Weekly. And they were everything in the community and in our church. Dad was a deacon, mom sang in the choir, and we five fosterlings had filed in every Sunday morning to hear the word, and it really imbued in me a spirit of community service. And so, starting right away out of high school, I joined the Marine Corps. And then, after 5 years of that, went into a career in the fire service for 34 years. And everywhere I've been, I try to help my community in a variety of ways through the political stuff, sure, but also in the school district. And in service clubs like the Rotary and Lions Club that I belong to, and VFW and so forth. So, my wife and I have been married 40 years, and we've raised our four children right here in Yelm. And now we're building a house next door, so the youngest child and her husband and their four children can live right next door to Grandma and Grandpa.
Well,
And
that
that's
sounds
all.
like a lot of fun.
very good.
All right. What is motivating you to run for office? You mentioned a couple things, but anything you want to expand on?
Sure. As I got more interested in what the Board of County Commissioners was doing, a couple of things. My priorities are fiscal responsibility in a government agency like that, and I can see where there's some work to be done still to make sure that we're being responsible with the taxpayers' money. And there's some real priorities like getting affordable, attainable housing for everybody and creating a safe place for people to live. A lot of folks don't know that the Board of County Commissioners is also the Board of Health
Mhm.
for the county. They've expanded that role. It used to be just the three commissioners were the Board of Health, and there was some shortcomings in that. Now the Board of Commissioners is five, and we've also included municipalities and the tribes and other people to be part of that overarching group that looks out for the community, starting at the very basic family level. That's where we have to start to work on all of the social perils that we're facing these days. A safe place for a supported family to live and thrive. That's what we're going to make much will be my focus as a county commissioner.
Excellent.
Right. Well, you've already hit on an issue that you're concerned about. So, following up on that, what do you hope to accomplish in office if you're elected? What's your primary goal?
Well, first off, to make sure that we're being effective and efficient with the funds that we're granted, and reaching out to the people to really hear what is important to them. When I was mayor, that was a focus of uh, my time in office was to actually listen to folks and bring it back to City Hall and then work on those issues. So transparency in government communications, making sure people feel heard, and then working with folks inside the county government to make things more effective. One of the more common things I hear, just heard it today from the Realtors Group, for example, is that when you're trying to get a permit process through the county system, it can be onerous and time consuming. And I know that there are ways that we can make that more effective. And before anybody casts aspersions on the good workers of the county, they're trying their best. But oftentimes it's because there's so much work to do and not enough people who have been trained properly. It gets frustrating. So we will work toward getting the hiring in the best people, training them up to their highest level of capability, and supporting them as individuals so they feel valued at work, so they can be more efficient in their jobs. One way to crack that nut.
Excellent. Our fourth and final question is, if you've looked over FPIW and FPIW actions, issues, and policies that we're pursuing, like individual freedom, public safety, legal immigration, and the list goes on for about 18 of them, is there any of those that you'd like to comment or expound on?
Where did I put my list? Oh, there it is. I went through that, and certainly I could touch on each and every one of those, but I think what I've already talked about as far as supporting the individual to make sure that they feel safe and welcomed in our communities is important. Quality education is huge to me. I've been working with the schools for many years, especially in the career and technical education field, because different people learn differently. And I want to make sure that all young students have an opportunity to get on a path to success for them. And it may not be just going to college. It may be the service. It may be getting involved in a trade. So I can still work on that at the county level and in my community. We've touched on the affordable housing issue. Everybody knows that's a hot topic, and we can work as a county with zoning and building codes and work with individual property owners and builders to do some infill and get more affordable, attainable housing for people. And then the public safety arena, and it touches on a lot of different things. When you first talk about public safety, people think, well, you want to hire more officers. And yeah, the county electorate did pass the tax last 2 years ago. So now we can hire more sheriff's officers, which is great. But what they need is training and opportunity to interact with the populace at the right moment in the right way, and to avoid those issues that can cause problems for those individuals. When we get to the courts, to have alternatives to the normal incarceration, to give people an opportunity to get a recovery, to get their mental health things taken care of, and then get them back into society where, again, we lift all people when we take care of the individuals.
Awesome. All right. Well, JW, thank you so much for being on today. We appreciate your time and wish you luck in the next few weeks as you continue your campaign work. And thank you again for taking time out of your busy schedule to meet with us today.
Absolutely. It was nice visiting with you. Thank you.
All right. Well, I'm Brad Payne with FPIW Action.
And I'm Brian Noble with FPIW. Again, this is no endorsement of a candidate, nor the candidate's endorsement of FPIW and FPIW Action. Like we like to say around here, love your neighbor by faithfully stewarding the public square. And if you're a defender, go out there and defend and advance biblical values in the public square. God bless.